On this episode, we talk situationship versus relationship. Yeah, let's normalize healthy relationship, which now almost look impossible. Kind of looks like now it's a mirage. Why is commitment a difficult task for some people in relationships and even in marriages? Is there a correlation between situationship and relationship? Join myself and my guest as we discuss issues around situationship and relationship. My name is Paulina Deda Opoku, and it's always a pleasure coming your way with thought-provoking discussions here on Moans and Cuddles on Ghana Web TV. We'll be right back. You're still watching Moans and Cuddles here on Ghana Web TV. I know you already know how we do it on this show. Each time we come your way with very engaging conversation. But today's episode, we're taking it a bit higher. You might have heard people say, oh, I'm just in a situationship with someone. I'm in a relationship with someone. A lot of people are in relationship who just say, oh, we are with you, but we are not yours. So today we are going to look at what it takes when someone says, I'm in a committed relationship. And to help me do justice to today's topic, I have here with me this fine gentleman in the middle. This is his first time of coming. He is by name Kelvin Kwabena Brobe. He is a student and a content contributor at Dibone Afrique. Kelvin, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And I got with me the big lady, the big boss, Louisa Kwachi. She is a PR expert, and then she is also an advocate for women in politics. Louisa, thank you for coming.
You're welcome.
Our conversation is very simple. Situationship and relationship. What do you say, or what does it mean to you when you say you are in a committed relationship? Louis, let me start with you.
Is it because I'm a lady? Ladies first?
Ladies first, my dear. Ladies first.
I really like to change narratives. I say it's a human's world. Be it a gent or a lady, anyone can start. Come now, let's make history. Kindly set the ball rolling. Let the ball rolling.
Okay. When you say you are in a committed relationship, what does it mean?
Well, what I call a committed relationship is a relationship where you are giving the love I'm giving. So if I'm in a relationship, one thing about me, if I'm not ready, I don't go into a relationship. So my readiness is my commitment. That's like the first thing you should do. Because if you're not ready, why then go waste someone's time? Then just do whatever you want to do with the person and then move away. So you giving the love I'm giving back, like that's a major thing for me when it comes to committed relationship. Any other thing is a bonus.
So Kobe, when you're saying giving back, what do you say? Maybe the love, is it about the sex,
giving back the love I'm giving. Okay. The sex and the rest is a bonus.
Okay.
I mean, you can have sex from anywhere. You don't need a relationship to have sex.
That comes in with the situationship. Yes. Because there's no commitment. We are just having a thing. But then we're looking at when you are committed. So
it's giving the love I'm giving you back.
Okay.
Because if I'm ready for a relationship, the love I give to you is not the same love I'll give to someone I think I'm in a situationship with.
Hey.
Yes.
So are we trying to normalize that? Or you can be in a very committed relationship with a man or woman, but then you can have the situationship with someone else?
Whilst in the relationship?
Yes.
Personally, no. Okay. If I'm in a relationship, a committed one, I don't think there's anything like a committed relationship is relationship. You don't have to put the tag committed and uncommitted.
Now things are going on. Information will react
you. If it's uncommitted, then I call that a...
Yeah.
That's a relationship.
Okay.
It depends. Because someone can even be in a situationship and still be committed.
In the situationship?
Yes, I would want to look at commitment this way. It's giving your all to see something work.
Okay.
Putting in effort. So even with a situationship, to be a side chick is no joke. The person calls you, you have to be there.
Okay.
The person's wife appears, you have to be in character. Yeah. You are exerting some form of commitment. But then for me, in a relationship, we can be in a relationship. It can be one person to one person, one man to one woman. But still, there will be no commitment. Commitment comes in when the two of you tell each other, hey, whatever happened, I've got you. So I meet you halfway. So let's say I'm in a relationship with a guy. We start it off like this. Hello, how are you? Okay, I was checking up on you. And that's normal thing that is so annoying to some of us. Have you eaten? You call it in the morning, have you eaten? In the afternoon, have you eaten? In the evening, my dear, you a chef. At the end of the day, it starts off like that. Have you eaten? I was checking up on you. How was your day and all that? But we become committed when I tell myself, this is Kwabna. This is who he is. This is his flaws. This is me. Can I cope with Kwabna for the rest of my life? So I tell myself, where Kwabna's flaws leaves him, my strength should carry us on.
All right, Lou, let me just chip this one in. Some men will say, if this is what we call a committed relationship, something I'm also putting my all in. Last, my laundry, weekend, you come over, come and cook for me. The house chores to help me. They see that as commitment. And even in cases where you say, oh, I'm not going to do the sex thing, they feel like, that's not a proper relationship, because at least I have to feel your body kind of thing. With all this thing, is it too much to ask for, or you think everybody and how they define what a committed relationship is?
Sure, since we are two individuals, raised by Araba, Kwabna raised by probably Eya, so at the end of the day, I am different, Kwabna is different. So the way Kwabna sees things, I don't see it from the same perspective. So at the end of the day, probably I would say that a committed relationship for me, it's one that will be devoid of sex. But you believe in my dreams. I believe in yours.
Kwabna, it's not that Kwabna has a thing to say.
Kwabna, let me lie. Okay, but to Kwabna, I would want to have sex. It means a lot to me. If I'm in a relationship, I should be getting that. Yeah. So for us to be in a committed relationship, I tell myself, okay, this is what Kwabna wants, and this is what I also want. If we can meet halfway through it, 50-50, okay, I can be giving sex, probably not as he wants, but let's say once a month, since initially was nothing. Kwabna also says, okay, this is what you do. I think I have an idea. Let me push my woman to be this. Let me push my woman to be that. So it is half of me, half of you. Together makes it a committed relationship. And we are getting the 100%.
Kwabna,
So I wanted to give a scenario. So I know of a couple that broke up. They divorced because the reason for divorce was very silly. So the man said he grew up and he was taught that when you want to use the Pepsodent, like the toothpaste, if you want to use the toothpaste, take it from the bottom. And the wife doesn't agree, like she doesn't do that. She takes it from anywhere. And the man always comes back, would push everything back, and then the wife would do it again. And he got angry because he said the wife was not listening. So with that, they were married. I want to find out, would you say he wasn't committed because he got married to the person? You understand? I'm saying that because I think commitment, well, personally, as you said, everyone has the way they define commitment. Someone can say sex is my commitment. Cooking for me is my commitment. Doing my laundry is my commitment. But me personally, I have a rule that, or I have a belief that I say, I personally know how to cook. So if I am dating someone and I'm getting married to someone and she doesn't know how to cook, I'll teach her.
Kwabna, you sure you not come back saying
this is for the cameras?
No,
for the cameras.
You know I won't lie. Listen, I will teach you. It's not like I would. Because
Kwabna,
it is the love.
You come home with your boys. You say, oh, Charlie, you watch the football. I go to the kitchen. I prepare something for you.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Well, there's nothing wrong with
There
that.
is nothing.
Actually.
You know, we're making it look like men cannot do that.
No, we are from the part of the world where a woman is supposed to know how to cook. So even if you don't have a problem with it, there is an Akanade that goes like, Oba ware bemape. You marry the whole family. Well, you will be okay with it. Your mother will come in and say that, hey, Oba only me Janino, there's a no for me. So you will be okay with it.
But what if the lady cannot cook? She can't do what you're saying, but she supports my dream as you're saying. Halfway. I'm giving the love. She's supporting my dream. She's meeting me halfway, as you explained. She's doing everything. The cooking
and you're okay with it?
Yes, the cooking is my business.
All right. Okay.
So I don't think the cooking,
in marriage,
sex, the whatever in the relation, because you know the funny thing, your girlfriend is not responsible for your laundry.
It's true.
That is why
it's true. Once it's not married, even some men,
somebody is offering
to the
those
marriage
services.
level, they will not let
Why
you
would you
do
even
that.
let your girlfriend come and stay in your house? Are you married to her?
I don't know how Prophet Joe say.
You're not married to her. Shower draws. You're not married to her, so why do you expect her to be at your house every Friday? Because I know people that are fighting with their girlfriends because you don't come to my house on Friday.
For weekends.
You don't come over the weekend. Means you are seeing your friend. Didn't your girlfriend have friends before meeting you?
Yeah,
Is it her responsibility to come and stay in your house? Why don't you call your sisters to come and stay in your house?
You know the funny thing, men who do that actually don't want their sisters to go out.
And they'll not even get married to the girl.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. So if you're going to commit yourself, going to do laundry, going to do cooking, going to do all that, and they end up not getting married to you.
But then wait, Lou, let me throw this to you. You know our sisters, women, some of us, when they say, oh, we are in a relationship with a commitment, and the demand will start to come. Give me money for my hair. Give me money for my clothing allowance. Baby, I'm going somewhere. My friend is... With that, they see that as because now it's a big thing. Men complain that immediately you propose to a girl, bam, in this Ghana every day, you become like her parents. She comes with everything, every demand. They see that as their form of commitment. Okay, you say you want this relationship. These are my demands. Louis, how do we solve this?
It doesn't become a relationship. It's a contract.
Yes.
Okay.
No, the person is a business developer.
Okay.
Because you are looking to gain profit at the end of the day.
It's like friendship these days.
That is it.
People are in friendships because they will get something.
I get something.
It wasn't like that.
Probably I came on your side because I know Paula, she's this, she's that. As a PR executive, not paid for. If I need something, oh Paula, push this advert.
Come in handy.
Yes.
You get it.
So that's the friendship.
Of late, everything has become a mutually beneficial something.
Yeah.
If I'm not getting anything from you, I'm not helping you.
Yeah.
But let's look at it from this angle. If you are going in for a relationship, I always say that look for somebody who meets your demands and can supply whatever you want.
So it doesn't look like you're asking too much, or?
Yes. At the end of the day, you go in for somebody you can flow with. There are lots of people walking the face of this earth with different ideologies. Yeah. You can't change somebody's grown-up son or daughter.
Yeah.
You already met me around 29, 30 years.
That's all.
Kwabena.
You can change someone when they want to.
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Kwabena, so with the whole issue that now men think that women ask too much. Once you say you propose, have you ever had any instance like maybe when your girlfriend comes with so much demand? Like
asking too much?
Yes.
Now, if you look at me, I'm a student. Where am I going to
Kwame Ahe.
Where am I going to get the money for you? You ask, you know. And it's funny because I have friends that their girlfriends even ask to the extent that my best friend's birthday, what are you doing for her?
Oh, and do you know one thing
yes.
too?
Sir?
Yes.
It's how the men approach the woman. They show off.
It's not always the men.
Most.
It's not always the men.
Most of the times.
I'm always talking for women, but today I'll talk for men.
Most of the times, from what I have seen, if you are going in to date someone and you have only a couch in your room, take the person to your room. Yeah. At the end of the day, this is my room. If you will stay, you will stay. If you go, you go. You start the talking terms with a woman and you want to start off at places you don't even go there to eat. Probably you buy wache by the gutter at a zongo. But because you want to impress the lady, you start off at KFC. So you would have to keep up appearances and maintain it.
But there are situations where the men also come as they are, but it gets to a time. It means
the person is not for you.
It comes to the point where they have friends who have sugar daddies, who are providing for them. My friend is holding an iPhone 12. Why am I still holding an iPhone 7? Then they go to their friends. So sometimes it's the ladies, because when I come to my friend to tell my friend, oh, Paula, hey, your phone, then, oh, my sugar daddy bought it for me.
And yes,
what's your boyfriend doing?
This brings me to the point where people fear commitment. I have a doctor friend. He says his schedule is so tight. Like, he doesn't want a situation where he goes in a relationship, girlfriend, you have to close. Baby, I want to take me out for dinner date and all that. He cannot keep up with it. So now he's afraid. He doesn't know if he meets the lady, she'll be able to limit her expectation because it's life that she's dealing with. He can be called upon anytime. Kev, what would your advice be to people who are afraid of commitment? When
people say they're afraid to go into commitments with relationship, it's funny because there's commitments with everything. If you are working, you have a commitment to your work.
With the employer.
With your employer.
You work
You are work. Yes, you are. You have a commitment. If you are schooling, you have a commitment with your books, your lecture. You have to pass. So what is stopping? Because you've gone into a broken heart. Well, the broken heart can make sense, but your work, is he ready to marry? Your doctor friend is my point. Because if you are ready to marry or you want to marry this person, and then you tell me that I'm commitment phobia.
Yes. No, see, I get him to some point. In this life, people go through things that shape their attitudes. So probably from his upbringing, from his career, just as he said, he can be called upon anytime to save a life.
Never get married.
Hold on. So it brings us to where, how do we deal with commitment phobia? You talk about it. For me, communication solves a lot of things. So I meet Paula today. I'm putting myself in your doctor friend's shoes. Okay, so Paula, this is me. This is where I work. I am not willing to be committed because of these factors. And I know ladies of late love attention. So this is my reason why I can't be committed. If Paula is reasonable enough and feels she can cope with it, oh, okay. So yeah, let's do it this way. What is your schedule? I'm also a career woman. So we can do once a week. You don't have to see someone all the... We can meet up once a week. You don't have to meet someone every single day to show commitment.
Or attention.
It
when you said
ladies
like attention, that's what I was trying to say.
You get it?
You don't need to meet me every day. These days, social people are... I don't know if you know this this Nigerian blogger that was dating a Ghanaian girl. They never met. They dated for how many years?
I thought that was a funny thing. Or it was
no,
a
they were
real-life
actually
thing.
dating.
Oh, okay.
They never met, but they were dating.
All
you
right.
understand?
But then, is it okay as a person to try and change? Because this doctor friend I'm talking about, last, I kind of linked that person to my friend, right? She came back to say, Paula, why? Because she tried to change him. Oh, she tried to change him. Okay, so she does the call. If he doesn't call, checks up. Oh, we could hang out after work kind of thing. At the beginning, it was working. Some people have succeeded because you meet a man who is like, they will say, oh, me I'm a Rasta man, mean to no baba. And then last, they able to change the man or the woman's mind, and then they end up into marriage or a fruitful relationship. And it really works. But some people too, you end up losing yourself. So when it comes to that, should you always put in effort, or if you see the person says, I'm not in for a relationship, just walk away?
Entering a relationship is like offering a helping hand. You do it without expecting any massive thing in return. I love you. I am loving you my way. I am loving you right. At a point, if I feel you can't reciprocate, I take a walk. So at the end of the day, you don't change someone who is not willing to change. Let's not forget that change is something from the mind. Yes, you are renewing someone's mind. Someone who is about 30 years old, his parents couldn't train him in that way. You just enter his life, 30 seconds, I want you to be this, I want you to be that. No, it doesn't work like that anywhere. You can't change someone unless the person is willing to change. So you enter the relationship, you talk about it. Give what you can give. If you are not getting what you want back, you're not the only, it's not the last person on it.
It's easier said than done, Kev. Let's be realistic. To what you might meet someone, you like the person, but you know that, okay, these are the person's flaws. They say, oh, they are afraid of this whole life thing. To what extent do you try to change someone's mind into commitment, into a relationship? To what? Because some people will go to the far extent that, okay, I might even try to move in with you. I might try
that
to...
That will change you. Thinking that will change you.
People live with people for over 40 years.
And they still find out that they
had
gave birth
about
for
10
them.
kids.
And then there was a story that a woman was living in a house with her husband. No, she was the owner of the house. And she was taking rent from the husband. The man found out later. In South Africa or Zimbabwe or something. They lived their whole life. 100. You understand? It takes me back to your first question. When you were starting, you asked what commitment in a relationship is. Personally, a relationship where I am the only one giving the love is toxic to me.
Okay. Parasitic.
If you're in a relationship and love is coming from one side, get out of it.
The reason domestic violence is rampant.
Thank you.
Is because of these things. The reason people commit suicide
is because of that. They will never tell us. People blame it on other things.
I don't know. No matter what you do.
So
take a walk. See, one thing we fail to understand is you don't lose yourself loving someone.
Yeah.
Love is supposed to add value to your life.
Not lose you.
Yes.
Okay.
So you don't depreciate because you fell in love.
Okay, I like where the conversation is going, but we'll take a quick break. When we come back, the show still continues.
Powers and principalities.
There's so much fire inside me.
Tragedy struck when part of the largest hillside at the kosher rubbish dump collapsed.
It's going to be fun to see how he goes about approaching this game.
Welcome back to Moans and Cuddles here on Ghana Web TV. Now I would like to acknowledge my makeup artist. Yes, my makeup was beautifully done by Exquisite Touch by Rue. You can follow her on Instagram at exquisite_touch by Rue. For all occasion, you can call Rhoda to glam you up. Now before we went on that quick break, we were, talking about all the signs to look out for in a relationship. But then I've heard people say, oh, we are with you, Moon, but we are not yours. A lot of people are being taken for a ride each and every day in this Ghana way we do. Louisa, how do you know when you and I, no, okay, they'll say it's a lesbian thing. When you and your boyfriend decide to be in a committed relationship, you are not sleeping around, I'm not sleeping around. As a woman, how do you look out for, or what are the signs to look out for to see, oh, this one there, it's a one-on-one relationship. He's not screwing other people outside.
Personally, well, I look out for your body language a lot when I'm with you. Because of late, people say one thing, they do another. And you can't cheat nature. You can say anything your voice will permit you to, but your body will give you away. And the second thing for me, it's how they put me into their plans. So it's not more of me, I, myself, but we, us. So if you are building a plan of, I ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Okay, I want to be here, I should have bought this, I should have bought that, and married with a kid. Then I know I'm not the one, because I'm the one asking you the question. So if you are putting your plans together, oh, Louis, let's do this. I know you do this, you're good with this, I can do this, let's come together, let's build this. Oh, how is this business venture going? How was work today? How? At the end of the day, you put me in your plans. And then 3, being bare with me. I want to see your real self. I mean, it's not social media. It's you and I. So if what you are wearing is a fake Gucci, it's a fake Gucci. So far as it looks good on you, you get it? For me, so far as it looks good on you, if I want it, I stay.
Yeah.
So the moment you say this, the next day is another thing. You are not consistent with your lying. It's a red flag for me. Oh yes, because when you tell lies,
you need
have
a
to
lie
keep
to
up.
cover up every time.
And then you forget, they question you, another lie to cover up. So I look out for these things. And the fourth and last thing for me, a lot of people take it for granted. But for me, it means a lot. You see me every day. You ask me, how are you doing? You give me things I don't even ask for. But the moment you try to let me change who I am, it's a no for me. That is how people lose themselves in a relationship. Right from the scratch, you are telling me, I want a lady with a long hair. You met me with a haircut. No, you saw others wearing a long hair.
Why did you come for me?
Exactly. So this is somebody, no, in the future, Papa no be harm me. So for me, these are things you should be looking out for. right from the scratch. And if a man does all these things for me, it shows commitment.
But Louis, how would the relationship work? Some people say at a point you have to at least compromise kakra. So maybe my man met me with short hair, but as a woman, whatever you wear, you look good. So you
The compromise is what is bringing about the demand and supply.
Yes.
Because
she has a
see,
short hair for a
as
reason.
I sit here, I'm dressing according to my pocket.
So now if you want long hair, provide
Somewhere in
it.
2019, I checked my bank account. I'm like, hey, this is not taking me to a salon for a ponytail or a Brazilian weave. I looked at my pocket, I'm like, no, this is for a haircut. I walked straight to a barbering shop in Osu, got a haircut for 20 cedis, and walked back to my room.
We've been cutting it till 2021.
That is what I can afford. Yeah. So if it's a compromise, Papa, miss me bottom and it can't take me to that point. So if you want me to be wearing the ponytails, are you willing to sponsor? That is where the sponsoring comes in. If you are ready to change someone, it comes with a cost. Money. When Christ was willing to change us from being sinners to his children, it cost him his life.
My sister, you are preaching.
Yes, he died on the cross for us.
Okay.
So if you want me to change for you, it comes with a cost.
Hallelujah.
So we should learn to take people for who they are.
Yeah. All right, Lou. Kev, but then what are the signs to look at? Because you are a man, so give the tips to the women. If your man is switching up, how would you know that, sister, where do you go, baby?
Well, first of all, I think it starts with, as she said body language, but it's a form of communication. The first important thing is communication. When your man starts cheating, the communication stops. It changes, actually. Let me put it that way. It changes because, as she said, every day you check up on me, we are talking. Mostly, I know you're scared. When you get into a relationship with someone, you become so used to, you know what time this person is busy. It gets to a time, you realize this person is supposed to call me at this time. I know this person mostly will call me at this time because the person knows that at this time I'm off work. At this time I'm on break. At this time I'm this. It changes. Like, that's the first thing you should know. And then I kind of agree with almost everything she said because you can't cheat nature. Let me be frank with you. A man that is having sex outside his relationship, assuming your man goes out to have sex right now, mostly, when he comes to no matter what you try, he is not like the way he'll be eager
and
to.
he always finds fault with you.
Yes, then
so
he
apportions the blame.
Stomach.
Yes.
Your stomach is becoming big. Your face is becoming fat. I don't like it. A lot of things start changing. He starts complaining. And then he mostly finds problems with everything you do, not him. He will not have a problem with what he's doing. Everything he's doing is okay. But he would always have a problem with you.
You know, I am thick and I love it.
Yeah.
I love every part of me.
Yeah. Unapologetic.
Exactly. But then, I met a guy at a seminar. And then the vibe was there. You see that thing? Like,
we see.
You sit back and you watch someone, and in your mind's eye, he should look my way. He should look my way. And eventually he walks up to you, hi.
And no, you don't even take long, though.
My brother. So we started talking, and then the next thing, oh, I want to register you for a job. I'm like, hey, Papa, please, I'm not going for any weight. I'm not a boxer. I see, since I was born, I don't know, I was a baby then, but growing up in class 1, class 2, people have been calling me big since. You saw me big.
And you
the only thing I take critical look at is to be in shape.
Yeah.
For that, it even has health implications. My body should be well aligned. But for me to change the way I look to become slim, Paula is here. I'm 3 times Paula. So if you want a slim person, feel free.
If
you want a heavy person,
people are there.
my dear, feel free. And you know the funny thing? When they met you, probably the vibe was different. Yeah. I love everything about you. They start cheating and you are big. So what was the last?
That's what we're trying to drive at.
But,
get it.
there are some people who have accepted that it's just a situationship we are in. Like, I'm your side chick, you are my side dude, as they say it. Yeah, let's switch to those who have accepted that kind of relationship. So we agree this is what we are doing. Some people say you are my friends with benefit scenario. We are going on months, weeks, but then it looks like the conversation is getting closer. And at a point, I'm the woman. I feel like, damn, this thing is nice. He makes me feel a kind of way. Initially, we agreed. The deal was that it was just a situationship, and now my catchy feeling. How do I tell the person? And you, my partner, would you think that no, this is not what I signed up for? How do you deal with such a situation?
Every situation needs a different strategy.
You change the formula.
Exactly. When the beats of the drum changes, you change your dance steps. Yeah. And in the first place, what at all will make you go in for that kind of relation situation? No. Probably, I need rent. You are paying for my rent. I need a car. You bought me a car. And let's be frank with ourselves. You knew he is married. Yes or no?
Yes. But not all the situationships are with married people.
No, let's narrow it down to that situation.
To married.
I meet a married man.
Person.
Yes, because side chick issues mostly has got to do with infidelity. One is married and the other is not. So at the end of the day, we entered with you knowing I'm a married man.
Yeah.
I am a married woman these days. Anything is possible under the sun.
You didn't push it on the men.
It's a normal world. The new normal is a human's world. So the woman it has to admit though. Some women do it. Yeah. And some men too do it. But at the end of the day, hey, you entered knowing I am married.
And you also went knowing you are married though.
Trust you me, it's a contract. In as much as we endorsed document, you signed, thumbprinted, that is absent, but verbal contract is still valid.
Yeah.
So I like you. I'll provide. And these days they go to the extent of saying when you are willing to marry, I'll do a send off for you.
Yeah.
Oh, send off the because I know
you get
situation
it.
like
so
that.
So catchy feelings are. Hey, breach of contract, mommy.
Well,
it's a breach of contract.
But then now the ladies kind of feel like, okay, I know you has a wife, and then I'll trap him by getting pregnant. Some people do. Some people do.
One problem people make, pregnancy does not keep a marriage. Or pregnancy cannot keep a marriage.
Thank you.
Me personally, if you come and tell me you are trapping me with pregnancy, you will go. Because, I mean, people are married to people because they got pregnant for them and then they are being abused.
And they are still in it.
They are still in it because that was the idea they took into the relationship. It all comes back to the fact that love that you are in, that they are not giving you the same love, is toxic. Parasitic. Thank you. If you are in, because how do you tell me you are getting pregnant for me? If a man is rich, he has a wife, he loves his wife so much, he has struggled with his wife, done everything with his wife, and he came into a situationship with you, and you think you use birth or getting pregnant to trap the man, you are making a mistake. You've not met a crazy woman before. Eh?
So I say that the person given in a situationship has the upper hand. Because if it's
given as in financially. Because if you say given, there are other givens.
And there are some situationship that has got to do with grades and other things. The one who has what is of most value has the upper hand.
Yeah.
Because you enter a relationship with a man who is married and is providing you with everything. If you wake up tomorrow and you call him and he doesn't pick up, can you go to his house?
No. Some do.
You can't.
Some ladies do.
Unless you don't have shame.
Some ladies do not have shame.
Unless you don't have shame.
If they had shame, they will not even go into the situationship in the first place.
No.
That's the thing. See, Obia with me going to a relationship with a married man there. She's capable of doing anything.
But then why have we normalized side chick, side dude? Why have we normalized it?
Maybe I think it's social media. Pressure. As we are saying, a lot of people who are in situationship now is because of money. A lot of them, it's just a few that you see that are in it because maybe this person has offered to pay my school fees. Sex is good, cry. No, sex has become, because of sex, you're in a relationship with a married man. You didn't find a young boy that can...
No, it's not even talking about marriage, when you're caught up in a situationship, you might have a boyfriend, maybe his performance is just bad. So they just want somebody who comes in handy.
Let's say like a girl who's in a relationship with another boy, but is also having sex with someone else.
Yes.
Because the other person's sex is
It's
good.
just the benefits.
She has issues. Why don't you just date the one who is good? If you want it big, go in for big. If you want it small,
go in for the one that can give you the sex.
That is it.
It's like us saying if you want a big girl, go in for a big girl. If you want
if you want servicing, go in for servicing.
If sex is your priority, go in for sex.
But now, my issue is the whole side, because now people find no shame. Obikuno, somebody's husband.
It's just like fraud.
Even if the wife comes to meet you, now the girls can come into class and say like, oh no, we are just friends. She knows her role. Now side chick is a normal thing due to the fact that people say, oh, he bought me a house, he bought me a car. Now it's like, you're not even part of the side chick, right? You're not living life.
Why these things? This is a new normal. I would say it's always been in existence. It's just been rebranded and given back to us.
It's like people said now Ashawa has been rebranded to go for
when
trips.
Polygamy, when polygamy was a part of us. Let me ask this question. And dear viewers, who sees a woman today and gets married today?
No, you'd actually caught him.
Exactly. And in our local dialect, we call it Mpnache. If you look at the rebranding now, it is the side chick.
Can I come in?
You get it?
Can I come in?
Come now, let me land.
I wanted to say something so that you know. So wait, I understand what you're saying, but as you said, polygamy. That's Mpnache at that time is aimed at getting married.
Hold on.
I don't even understand what I'm saying.
Hold on. Most people meet people today, and the sole aim wasn't to get married at all.
It was just sex or something.
Things happen. It's a sequence of happenings. And then I'm like, oh, okay. I think I can cope with this for the rest of my life. Let me ask her.
Some have even accepted not to even get married to them, but be with them.
Way back, as I was saying before you interrupted, Kweku men will be married to someone and sees another woman. Some even go to the extent of reading the farms of those people just to marry their daughters. Yeah. You get it? And we normalize it then. This is years back. We normalize it then. A man can marry 2 or 3. I don't get up and marry in a minute. I would have to date you. We will court. I will know. Like, if I want it, I stay with it. You get it? So if polygamy was normal then, and it's still normal now, as we are saying, is a part of our culture, those who are fighting against marriage by ordinance are saying we should go back to polygamy. That is what is bringing all these side chick things. Nothing has changed. It is rebranding of polygamy, and we are calling it side chick issues. If I see you today, a lot of people marry their side chicks secretly. We see big men dying, and the next minute, there is a second wife somewhere. There is a third wife somewhere. And it's all because society has normalized these issues this way. It is okay for a man to cheat because a man can get several wives.
Is it just society? So now, let my students come in. So I'm a student of religion, and I'm majoring in religion. So I don't think it's just society. Religion is like a major factor.
Religion is a part of society. It's practiced. So I'm just using a broad concept. Religion, society,
so you're
media,
putting in general.
Yes, in a general concept.
But me, I still don't, honestly, I still think the side chick thing, the whole side chick, side do. Side do. You keep saying side chick.
It's new to me.
Side do. Oh, that girl, there are ladies who have boyfriends who
and the ladies provide.
Even if not, yes, it's happening.
Hey, Mr. Kansu deal.
It's you. And soon deal, but Obi will honor more.
Obu aside do the boy, and yes, cow. And yes, cow. Almost money beer.
You get it.
And yes,
cow. Information.
Nowadays, sex no more chiche. Snapchat. Hefa. This could be is on the street. And at first, you are even very person be like seeing certain things.
They said they are nude.
Now I can't even open my Snapchat in public because you be sitting in a car and you open your Snapchat. The next thing is they are showing something like sex. Something is going on. You understand? And people have normalized all those things. So I feel like that side chick thing, it is some of the girls especially. It is their own peer pressure. They want, because they want to live.
Peer pressure come now.
Some want to live a big life.
A lot of, and I don't know if it's right to say this, but pardon me if I don't put it in the right context. I feel parenting is letting our society down. It's one thing being a parent, and it's another thing nurturing kids. I've seen ladies whom their parents go on to tell them that, have you seen the daughter of Ya?
They even know the kids' side chicks, side niggas.
She just went to Accra and she came back with, you get it? You are here, you are more prettier than her.
What are you doing? Then away.
You get it? We shouldn't let our parenting guard down.
Some of the children too nowadays, our generation, our generation, we are just like that. You know, now a lot of things have become too normal in our generation.
I heard, you know, sugar daddy is a common thing, but to say I heard they've changed
Glucose guardian. Yeah.
Thank you very much. More information.
Glucose guardian.
It's no more sugar daddy.
It's news to me.
Glucose daddy because
glucose guardian.
So glucose is
the sugar.
Yeah,
they say that one it enters the body faster.
Sugar daddy,
I can't wait for it to.
Louisa, what's a call?
Look, it looks like we are lacking behind.
I'm surprised.
It's an old term.
Now, Papa, no, you'll be exposed.
Papa, no, they say error.
Okay.
Glucose guardian was there before.
So this is the part where we say information will be as a pan. Yeah, and you can only get this on Moans and Cuddles. But let's go for a quick break. When we come back, the show still continues.
We table issues relating to the arts and entertainment for a riveting discussion, of course, without fear nor favor.
The question the presenter asked them was a dumb question. You need to speak the fact and move.
Varied views. We agree to disagree.
So I would disagree with everything you said. I think that he's a smart guy. I think what he did.
No, but I also said he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
I guess that I'm waiting for the what next.
Yeah, I don't think that we have to wait for what next.
It sometimes gets confrontational, but that's the beauty of the game.
Today you funny face. It's not my brother. I don't know him. You don't know funny face. It's not my brother. You don't know funny face.
It's a package. We meet, we sit, we dialogue, we learn, we progress. My name is Benefo Huabin Abrantepa, a proud blogger, and this is my forum.
Welcome back to Moans and Cuddles here on Ghana Web TV. Let me acknowledge our guest for today, Kelvin Kwabena Burby, manager.
Original.
He is a content contributor at Dibone Afrique, and he's also a student of the University of Ghana, Legon, and the Louisa Kwache, Madam President. She's a PR executive, and Louisa is also an advocate for women in politics. Lou, so let me just chip in. What inspires you for this whole women in politics advocacy?
Let's look at the numbers of our population. Women are in the majority. But if you look at people who are taking decisions on our behalf, there are a few women in there. And I always ask this question, can you tell my story more than I can tell it for myself? We are saying we need women empowerment. We need an equal world. We need women to be employed without male bosses wanting to have their ways with them. So I ask myself, who is the boss? If you are not willing to be in that leadership role, how then do you rectify the problems you find yourself in society? So basically it's about myself as a woman, identifying a problem women goes through, putting myself in the decision-making body to rectify the problem I have identified.
That's a brilliant one. I want to say we want to always champion the cause of getting women on, but it's a good thing. But then let's get back to our conversation. Before we went for that, but it was heated. I know it was heated. When we talk about long distance relationship, people say that, oh, it cannot work. Last, someone will cheat. So here's the thing. I'm in a proper relationship with you. This one is no situationship. But maybe you are in Kumasi, I'm in Accra. You might be in the US, I might be here in Ghana. What must I do to make sure that I don't fall victim to situationship? Whilst you are away, I'm getting something small down here.
When people say long distance does not work, I laugh, because what is not making it work? The me and you relationship, like you are in Accra, I'm in Accra relationship, it's communication. It's love. Love is I don't have to be with you to show you that I love you. I don't have to. I think a lot of people that say it doesn't work for them because of sex. Most of this long distance relationship thing, their conversation is always sexual. A lot of this long distance relationship, you don't even plan. When they call you, they will go and sleep on bed, remove breasts, show this. So how will it work? You understand? It is love and communication. That's what as we said, communication and equal love. That's what we use in a relationship. You want the person to be in your house every weekend, come and cook for you, come and wash for you, come and clean for you. The sad part of the thing is all the people that do those things, their relationship, it doesn't work. They don't get married at the end. Honestly, because you are doing the duties of a wife when you are not a wife. That's like one problem with that's one of my problems I have with ladies when they are dating. Do not do the duties of a wife. If you want me to do the duties of a wife the person. Don't date and make her your wife.
What must you do when you are in a long distance relationship? How are you able to, suppress all the things, all the distractions that comes your way?
Long distance relationship and say your friend.
Your friend. Okay.
It brings me back to when I said you choose your partners based on what you want. Yeah. Can you cope with it? Sex. Probably you are someone who wants to be having sex. Yeah. You are someone who wants to go to every function with your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Show him off. My dear, don't bother. It wouldn't work for you. Choose whatever you want. I remember when I was in SHS, I saw a car moving and it has coached me till date. It had this writing at the back, choose your love and love your choice. So you choose who you want to love. And after choosing, you commit to loving the person you chose. Yeah. So if you can't be in a long distance relationship, don't go there. But if you're already in a long distance relationship, I would say constant communication. Kabina couldn't have said it less. And it may sound archaic, but for me, God is the center of it all. We are different people, but you ask yourself, why did I meet this person at this time, at this place? Why did they develop a certain interest in me? It was for a purpose. So in everything, yes, after choosing who you want to love, commit it to God. Because for all you know, you are in Ghana calling morning, afternoon, evening. When you drop the call, somebody is behind the wardrobe. Immediately you are calling him, Miguel, then you see, these things happen. At the end of the day, you are not there.
Okay.
The lady may be cutting someone in Ghana. Oh, the guy sends me money. Probably the boyfriend here is also feeding on the money the one outside sends.
That's what I use to plan the marriage.
You should also fall in character. Go and hide. When I'm done calling, then you get. So you should commit whoever you are dating. Commit the relationship to God.
Louis, you might be in Kumasi or you might be outside the country, but you know that you are being faithful to your partner. The worst you've gone is maybe you went out with someone in a okay senekakra you forget no. But then as a person, try as much as possible, even if you're outside the country, if it's 4 months, try ticket, calm down and come and see the person. Don't say that,
hey, there be on They went for greener pastures.
So now let me tell you one thing.
Kobe, let me land on this one. There are people who can make it work.
Yeah.
I'm talking, of course, you are
people
working
that
and
can
all.
come.
Who can come. So I'm saying
with
that
good financial
save
standing,
especially when your partner is good, 1 in a million kind of thing. Don't say that. Oh, we are always talking on phone. Save. Calm down. Make the effort and come and see the person. It doesn't always have to be on phone because
this in.
As much as you want to try to be faithful, it will not work.
Who is destined to die? Even if you put that child in the Pope's pocket,
the child will die.
The child will die. A man who will cheat. A woman who will cheat. No matter the times you see the person. People who sleep on the same bed and wake up cheat.
That's what I'm saying. You can be here and here.
But I'm saying that and when you put in effort,
to say this, Paula, love is discipline.
You need a lot of this. It's like
discipline yourself and put a certain respect on the relationship.
That's it.
Yes.
But
as you were saying, you were like, maybe I went out one time and we kissed someone and I forgot about it. You know the funny thing, they'll go and do it and not talk. So it comes to communication. I have a friend who lives outside and is dating someone in this country. They have this, it's not like I'm giving you the go ahead to go and do things around.
But you can flirt.
When you do something,
tell me
because if I find out, that's one thing I don't like. Lying is a no for me. So I prefer you telling me than me finding out. So if I'm with you and then you do something, tell me, oh, Kobe, this is what this is what happened. I could understand you. I'm not saying say because you've told me, automatically out, but I could understand you. But don't tell me and let me find out. That's when the problem will come.
Violence.
Violence will happen because I can't. I told you already. When I go into a relationship, it is all. I'm giving you love, so I expect you to give me that love. So I've had the decency enough to respect you. But I don't go out. I don't see other people. Don't I go to the club? Don't I go here? Don't I go there? But I respect you. Even if you are not there, I'm respecting you because that is the love. So if you are not able to respect me, then you expect me to do what?
And they say respect is reciprocal.
Yes.
But then is cheating a good reason enough to leave your partner?
Yes.
Hey, Kelvin, to boss.
Yes.
I agree.
It's a huge reason enough to leave your partner. Yes. In my situation, okay, let me use myself. In my situation, as I said, when I'm with you, I am giving you all the love. Every attention is for you. If you cheat on me, you want me to, what should I do?
It's because I'm not enough for you. I lack something you desperately need.
Yes, so let
you
me
found
go.
it somewhere. Keep it.
Let me be the devil's advocate. All my guests are saying that cheating is...
No, I'm talking from a personal...
Okay. But then, in marriage, recently I was listening to one of our fashionistas.
No, hold on. If you bring marriage in, marriage and relationship, there are two different things for me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes in
marriage, so in a relationship, it's a no-no.
A relationship, no, nothing is binding us down.
Yeah.
There are lots of men in this world. If you are cheating,
let me go.
Move.
No, but then there are instances where in a relationship people have cheated and then their partners have gone like, okay, it's okay, we'll forget about it.
People are like that.
But then some people see you and then the art come in their head like...
There are some people who will say, I have forgiven you. Let's continue dating. But they will make you feel guilty enough for you to take a walk.
You would suffer in that relationship.
Every 1 minute, guilty.
1 minute, you are not guilty. So but in a marriage, even in a marriage, so in counseling psychology, even in a marriage, it's not advisable. It's the same. Unless
for me, there are two different.
Some people do not want to.
So if your wife cheats on you, you will call for a divorce.
What type of cheating? So assuming you are my wife. Yes, assuming you are my wife. I've lived my life with you. I have kids with you. I later come and find out in the relationship. I've loved these children. I come and find out later in the relationship that all the 3 kids are not mine.
Okay, how about just 2?
Just 2 are not mine. Just 2 are not mine.
Do you say just 2?
One time media you go. Now, because it's an insult to me.
That is actually painful.
It's true. Like I always put myself in men who find out like, hey, Charlie.
That is painful.
So you understand?
It's the same as a woman who's not able to conceive. Your husband tells you, let's adopt from a children's home. You bring the child home, 10, 20 years later, a baby mama shows up, and you realize it is the same person you adopted, your husband's daughter.
That's
See, if I always say this, if women can't take certain things, we shouldn't expect men to accept certain things.
But then I also don't want the fact that we've normalized that a man can cheat in their marriage, because now women,
it's not normalized.
It's not normalized though.
It's that is why we are saying if you cheat, we are taking the
woman. If you say you are leaving your husband because he cheated, someone look at you like, but men cheat all the time.
Is not okay.
Sexually transmitted diseases.
Tell them.
Psychological trouble. Yes.
Because women kind of go like, oh, it happens, it rains everywhere. So if you are going to leave him, it's going to be. But then there are some good men out there, decent men who will not cheat.
You stay and die
at your own peril.
Yes. It's not normalized. No, that one day I don't want to agree with it that it's normalized. It is people that have made it normal in their relationship.
I get Paula, because if you go on the streets right now to do a gospel, about 80% of women say that for the sake of the kids.
When you're in a committed relationship with someone,
I don't like the word committed relationship. Relationship is relationship.
It has to be committed.
Oh, it has to be.
Thank you.
Every relationship has to be. So don't.
Okay, so you are not in a situationship.
There is a certain level of commitment.
Don't brand it.
Okay, you are not in a situationship. You are in a relationship.
Yes. Once you agree to go in a relationship, it should be committed.
When you are in a relationship as a man or as a woman, should you entertain other people? Because they are saying that once that you are not married, I shouldn't close my doors. I should look elsewhere. It's true. No, I know, as a woman, because some people come to you and like, see, this and that you are doing is risky. Don't say this is the only person. You are talking to somebody, but at least not someone. Have another person on standby.
Have a farm and a garden.
But then you come to yourself. If you're having a farm and a garden, and all the farm and a garden will be a doswa. Sister,
that is a discipline and respect part. You should know your limit. If you're having sex with the person you are with now, you are not married. Whether you are dating and having sex, you are still single. Dating, no sex, you are single. Single. You are not meeting anyone, single. So at the end of the day, know where to draw the lines. You are having sex with one person, it is one person. You don't make it an orgy. I don't know if it's the right word. You don't have sex with multiple partners. STDs is very real. You get it. At the end of the day, you date one person, but you get to know other people. There are some men who came into your life for a relationship. They end up being business partners. They end up being promoters. They end up being producers. So it depends on how you draw the lines and the way you relate with people. Because mind you, no single person is an island. The people you meet today are the people who help you in future. So in as much as you are dating, know where to draw the lines when somebody tells you you don't put all your eggs in one basket.
I think I'll chip in. What I want to say is, with what she was saying, I understand the point where she said somebody can come into your life for a relationship, but it becomes a business something. So if you are in a relationship, don't agree for your partner to cut you from being friends with certain people. It doesn't mean that go and be anyone that proposes to you, you accept. Anyone that accepts. But build a type of connection, a type of friendship that even if you break up today and then this person comes, you know that I didn't offend you. Even though we are working as business partners, there could be a possibility of us getting married. Because people are doctors and then they build a connection with nurses and then they get married. So people make that mistake when they're in a relationship. Their boyfriends or their girlfriends can stop them from being friends with certain people. Potential future husbands, potential future business partners.
Don't let your boyfriend stop you from meeting your husband.
Don't let your boyfriend or your girlfriend stop you from meeting your husband or your wife.
That's it. But then in conclusion, I want you to give us points when it comes to being committed in a relationship. What must you do?
Talk, and talk. Respond not just because you have to provide a response. Listen to respond. Listening is a whole different ballgame. Understand each other. And I realize a lot of people underestimate the word love. If you ask me to explain love, I put it this way. It's two hearts wanting to be together with the aim of not giving up on each other. So if you love someone and the person has a flaw, you have a strength that can conquer that flaw. Where his flaws stop, your strength should cover up. And then in as much as we are trying to build mutually beneficial relations with people outside our relationship, be disciplined and put some respect on your relationship.
The respect on your relationship is very necessary because the possibility of that relationship being your marriage is very important, and you will not allow anyone speak ill of your husband. One thing people do, they are dating someone, their friends can say certain things about their boyfriends or their girlfriends and they accept it.
They even laugh about it.
They laugh about it. They sit somewhere to laugh about. It's wrong because if you are married to someone, me, Kelvin, if I am married to you, the money I have wasted. Nowadays, makeup alone, engagement makeup, some people are charging 3,000. Rings, dress. I will not allow you to disrespect my wife. So if you're in a relationship, put respect on that relationship also. Treat it as something that is valuable to you. Communication, yes. Respect is and discipline. Because the code of love is discipline. You understand? Sometimes you suppress certain things because of love. And that is the whole idea. Things that on a regular you will not do. Because of love, you do it. So that is the code of love. So if you can't do those things, maybe you should stay single forever.
If you're caught up in a situationship, I don't know the reason why you might be in there. But then if the person is good enough, they meet your desires, they satisfy all your fantasies and all that, you might consider, trying to settle down. But if you think it's not right for you, just let it go. But I must say, I really enjoyed today's episode. All thanks to my amazing guests. So I want you to put out your social media handles where people can also reach out to you.
Okay, so on Facebook and Twitter, it's Louisa Kwache.
All right. Are you on Instagram?
I'm on Instagram as Mamiesi Rogers.
Okay.
Because that is a side business.
Yeah.
I do makeup and catering.
Oh, okay.
I'll come to your house next week.
Okay, you're welcome.
Next week, one food.
Popular.
Okay, so my Twitter and my Instagram is the same, bra_Kwabena. So bra is BRA_KWABYNA. And Facebook, I don't use it anymore, but I'm still on Facebook, bra Kwabena GH. So the same spelling, but with a GH.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. I must say, I really appreciate your time. And I cannot end the show without giving credit to my makeup artist. So I was glammed by Exquisite Touch by Ru. You can find her on Instagram at exquisite_touched by Ru. My name is Paulina Deda Opoku. Thank you very much for watching Moans and Cuddles.